Okay, we're going to make a quick video on how to install a blend mount dash camera mount on a 2012 Range Rover L322 Autobiography. So one of the challenges is that the company does not list a specific mount, because on this model we have a camera here, and this camera is for the automatic headlights. So what I've done is I had to order like two of them, and out of the two I could make one. So what I'm going to do is contact the company and let them know the specific part numbers I use so they can make this available for everyone else. And it allows for full functionality of the rear view mirror. You can angle it, you know, in all of the directions you need to angle it. And this does not affect this camera because the dash camera is back away from its viewpoint, and it allows for perfect viewing. It's a very clean install, it looks very nice and sleek. So to install it, we carefully run the wires along the headliner, as you can see. And we had to remove this panel over here. So that airbag cap, you remove it with a non-marring plastic pry tool and 1 Torx. And then what you're going to want to do is drop down all of this door seal. Okay, and then move the passenger seat all the way forward. Come inside and do the same thing. Remove that plastic airbag cap very carefully with a plastic pry tool. Remove the Torx screw and slightly push this panel forward. So that would look like in the rear. It would be the same thing. You would drop the seal and then feed the 2 cables behind that panel and just gently place the cables between the headliner and the seal. I recommend using gloves on this project so you do not mark or damage any of the leather panels. Use like white latex gloves so you can check if you have grease on your hands or whatever. Same thing with this panel. Plastic pry tool, be very careful when removing it as not to damage the leather. Remove a Torx, push this forward, feed the cables up under that headliner. Here there is a Phillips screw which you can remove and just allow this to kind of hang. So then coming back to the rear, remove all of this seal, and we're going to carefully remove this panel here. Okay, one of the cables is going to come down here and into the fuse panel. The other cable, we're going to run the other cable across here, and we're going to first of all go in here with some spray cleaner and a microfiber cloth, clean the bottom and clean the top. Remove this, carefully remove this panel. By removing the screw from that piece over there, it will allow this to drop like 1 millimeter, and you're going to gently place the cable through the hole, and then get like a long metal bar, tape the cable onto it and gently feed the cable through this grommet through here, and route it carefully as to not interfere with the motor for the rear wash wipe. And make sure that you push this grommet back in correctly. Make sure it's fully seated all the way around on the top and the bottom, and this is the correct way to install a dash camera on the tailgate. So coming down here, it's a really clean install. We have one of the power cable going down to a Blackview battery pack. Coming up from there we have our power cable live, and then we have an earth cable just over here. So you need to have a good solid connection on the earth. And when you install your fuse tab, make sure that the wire coming off the fuse tab is on the live side of the fuse. A good way to test if this is done correctly, if you're not sure which side is live, remove the fuse, plug it in, and if your device powers up, that means it's faced the wrong way. So make sure that the wire coming off is on the live side of the fuse, and pick a fuse that's non-critical, i.e. not airbags, not engine management, not brakes, etc. And that's pretty much the complete installation process. I hope it helps someone else that has a Autobiography with a similar setup. Also, I recommend taking your power from the rear, not the front, as there's much more room to have your battery pack. As you can see, the battery pack is just down there. That's it, thank you.